Starlink, History, Present and Future. 1. Overview. Starlink is a satellite internet constellation operated by SpaceX designed to provide high-speed internet access globally. Since its inaugural launch in 2019, Starlink has garnered over 4.6 million users worldwide, revolutionizing internet connectivity especially in remote and underserved areas. 2. Historical development. 1980s, the concept of low Earth orbit LEO satellite constellations emerged initially for military purposes, but these plans never materialized. 2015, SpaceX announced the Starlink project, aiming to create a vast network of satellites to deliver broadband internet. 2018, the launch of two test satellites Tintin A and B marked the project's official commencement. 2019, the first batch of 60 operational satellites was launched, officially beginning the commercial service of Starlink. 3. Current status. As of 2024, Starlink has over 7,000 satellites in orbit, with plans to deploy nearly 12,000, potentially expanding to 34,400. The service is available in over 100 countries, generating an estimated $7.7 billion in revenue for 2024. With projections of $11.8 billion for 2025. Starlink has played a crucial role in disaster recovery in conflict zones, notably in Ukraine during the ongoing conflict. 4. Technology and applications. Starlink satellites utilize phased array antennas operating in Ku-Ka and E-bands, equipped with laser transponders for enhanced data transmission. Operating at an altitude of 550 kilometers, these satellites offer latency comparable to traditional broadband services. The latest models, known as V2 Mini, launched in 2023, provide higher bandwidth and reduced size for efficient deployment. 5. Future outlook. Mobile connectivity. A partnership with T-Mobile aims to enable direct satellite connections for mobile devices, with testing expected to start in 2024. Military applications. SpaceX is developing Starshield, a military variant of Starlink tailored for defense operations. Mars exploration. Plans include establishing a Starlink constellation for Mars termed MarsLink to support future colonization efforts. 6. Environmental impact and challenges. Starlink's rapid satellite deployment has raised concerns about light pollution and increased risk of space debris. Astronomers worry about the impact on astronomical observations, prompting SpaceX to implement measures to reduce satellite brightness. 7. Competition and market dynamics. Starlink faces competition from other satellite internet providers like OneWeb and Amazon's Project Kuiper. Despite this, its technological advancements and first-mover advantage have helped maintain its market leadership. 8. Key events timeline. 2015, announcement of the Starlink project. 2018, launch of Tintin A and B test satellites. 2019, first operational launch with 60 satellites. 2020, public beta service begins. 2023, launch of V2 Mini satellites, direct satellite-to-cell service testing begins. Starlink represents a significant advancement in satellite technology, aiming to provide global internet coverage and address connectivity challenges in various scenarios. Its continued evolution will be closely monitored, with implications for both technology and society. The content on Starlink's history, present, and future reveals several counterintuitive insights regarding its development, deployment, and implications. 1. Historical context versus modern reality. Initially, the concept of satellite constellations for internet service arose in the 1980s, primarily for military and strategic defense communications, which failed to materialize due to high costs and technical challenges. However, today's Starlink operates on a vastly different scale and technology, making it a commercial success with over 4 million users as of late 2024. This shift from military to civilian use demonstrates a significant evolution in the application of satellite technology. 2. Political and military implications. Starlink's role in geopolitical contexts, particularly during the Ukraine conflict, illustrates how a commercial product can become a critical military asset. While SpaceX initially marketed Starlink for global internet access, its use in warfare, e.g., maintaining communication for Ukrainian forces, highlights a paradox. A technology designed for civilian use is now a vital component of military strategy. The fact that SpaceX has also developed Starshield for military applications further complicates this picture, blurring the lines between commercial enterprise and defense contractor. 3. Environmental concerns. The expansion of Starlink's satellite network has raised unexpected environmental concerns, specifically regarding light pollution and its impact on astronomical observations. Despite efforts to mitigate these effects, e.g., using sunshades and reducing satellite brightness, the sheer number of satellites has contributed to significant interference with ground-based astronomy. This highlights a counterintuitive outcome where advancements in technology intended to enhance connectivity contribute to environmental and scientific challenges. 4. Financial viability. Initially, projections for Starlink's revenue were overly optimistic, with expectations of reaching $12 billion by 2022. However, the reality was a modest $1.4 billion in 2022, with losses reported until 2023. This discrepancy suggests that while the demand for satellite internet exists, the path to profitability may be more complex than anticipated, especially given the competition from other providers like OneWeb and Amazon's Project Kuiper. 5. Latency improvements. Starlink's operation at low Earth orbit (LEO) allows for significantly lower latency compared to traditional geostationary satellites, offering speeds comparable to terrestrial internet. This technological advantage is counter to the initial skepticism regarding satellite internet's performance. Many users have reported speeds exceeding expectations, revealing an unexpected success in overcoming historical limitations of satellite communication. 6. Global reach versus local regulations. While Starlink aims to provide global internet access, it faces significant regulatory hurdles in various countries. The fact that it can provide service to over 100 countries yet still struggles with local regulatory frameworks illustrates a complex interaction between technology and policy. This dynamic can hinder rapid deployment in markets where demand is high, demonstrating that technological capability does not guarantee market access. 7. User perception and adaptation. The public's perception of Starlink has evolved, especially in regions where traditional internet options are limited. Users in remote areas have embraced the service, often out of necessity despite its higher costs. This acceptance contrasts with initial skepticism about the feasibility and reliability of satellite internet, showing that necessity can drive rapid adaptation to new technologies. 8. Competing technologies. The entry of multiple competitors in the satellite internet market, including OneWeb, Amazon, and others, underscores a counterintuitive aspect of market dynamics, rather than resulting in a monopoly. The proliferation of similar technologies may foster innovation and improve service offerings overall. This competition can lead to better pricing and technology advancements, benefiting consumers in the long run. 9. The future of space exploration. The ambition to extend Starlink services to Mars through a proposed Mars-linked constellation highlights a long-term vision that transcends current commercial interests. This ambition suggests that the evolution of satellite technology may play a crucial role in future interplanetary exploration, which is a notion that the initial focus on Earth-centric services did not foresee. 10. Crisis response capabilities. Starlink's deployment during crises such as natural disasters and military conflicts reveals an unexpected utility beyond its original purpose. The ability to provide emergency communication services in areas with destroyed infrastructure is a significant shift from a purely commercial service to a critical tool for disaster response and humanitarian aid, challenging the perception of satellite internet as merely a consumer product. In summary, Starlink's journey from a conceptual satellite network to a pivotal player in global communication and military operations reflects a myriad of counterintuitive outcomes, from environmental challenges to shifts in public perception and regulatory landscapes. Its evolution continues to challenge traditional views on technology deployment and its implications for both society and the environment. In the report titled Starlink of History, Present and Future, there are several crucial aspects that may be overlooked but hold significant implications for the future of satellite internet and its broader impact on society, technology, and the environment. Here are some of these overlooked points and their significance. 1. Historical context of satellite constellations. The report mentions the early concepts of low Earth orbit (LEO) satellite constellations dating back to the 1980s as part of strategic defense initiatives. This historical context is significant because it highlights how military and governmental interests have long influenced the development of satellite technology and telecommunications. Understanding this history can provide insights into current trends, where commercial entities like SpaceX are increasingly involved in government contracts and national security applications, which could lead to more stringent regulations and oversight in the future. 2. Environmental concerns and astronomical impact. The report touches upon the concerns raised by astronomers regarding light pollution and the potential interference of Starlink satellites with astronomical observations. While many may focus on the benefits of enhanced global internet connectivity, the environmental impact of deploying thousands of satellites is profound. The potential for light pollution to disrupt astronomical research and the degradation of night sky visibility underscores the need for a balance between technological advancement and environmental stewardship. Addressing these concerns is crucial for maintaining scientific integrity and protecting natural ecosystems. 3. Expansion plans and Marslink. The future plans for a Mars-based internet service, referred to as Marslink, indicate a long-term vision that goes beyond Earth. This ambition reflects the increasing interest in interplanetary exploration and the need for communication infrastructure on other planets. As humanity contemplates colonization and exploration of Mars, the implications for space law governance and ethical considerations become paramount. The establishment of an internet infrastructure on Mars could pave the way for new forms of governance and societal structures in extraterrestrial environments. 4. A direct-to-cell service with T-Mobile. The partnership between SpaceX and T-Mobile to provide direct-to-cell coverage via Starlink satellites is a significant development that could revolutionize mobile connectivity. This initiative could bridge the digital divide in remote and underserved areas, but it also raises questions about data privacy, security, and the potential for monopolistic practices in telecommunications. The implications of this partnership could redefine how we access mobile services and the role of satellite technology in everyday life. 5. Military applications and Starshield. The development of Starshield, a military variant of Starlink, indicates a shift towards the militarization of space-based communication systems. This trend raises ethical concerns about the role of commercial companies in national defense and their influence on international relations. The integration of satellite technology into military operations could lead to increased tensions in global geopolitics, especially as nations compete for dominance in space. The implications of this militarization could affect international treaties governing space and lead to an arms race in satellite technology. 6. Revenue projections and economic impact. While the report outlines ambitious revenue projections for Starlink, the underlying economic ramifications extend beyond SpaceX. The success of satellite internet services could disrupt traditional telecommunication markets and challenge established internet service providers (ISPs). The potential for reduced costs and increased access to high-speed internet could reshape economies, particularly in developing regions, fostering innovation and entrepreneurship. However, it also raises concerns about the sustainability of traditional ISPs and their business models in a changing landscape. 7. Space debris and collision risks. The report notes the risks associated with space debris and the potential for satellite collisions, which are critical issues as the number of satellites in orbit increases. The implications of space debris extend to the safety of existing satellites, the International Space Station (ISS), and future missions to space. The Kessler syndrome, a scenario where the density of objects in low Earth orbit is high enough to trigger a cascade of collisions, could jeopardize the viability of space operations. Addressing these risks is essential for ensuring the long-term sustainability of satellite networks and space exploration. Conclusion. The report on Starlink's history, present and future presents a comprehensive overview of a transformative technology. However, it is crucial not to overlook the broader implications tied to environmental concerns, historical context, military applications, economic disruptions, and space safety. The path forward for satellite internet services will demand a careful consideration of these factors to balance technological innovation with ethical and sustainable practices. As we progress into an increasingly interconnected world, understanding these complexities will be vital for shaping policies that govern the future of global communication. 1. Historical context and development of Starlink. Starlink's conception dates back to the 1980s, highlighting the initial idea of low Earth orbit LEO satellite constellations. However, it wasn't until 2015 that SpaceX officially announced the Starlink project aimed at revolutionizing global internet connectivity. The successful launch of the first batch of satellites in 2019 marked a significant milestone in making satellite internet a viable option. This historical evolution reflects the technological advancements and the increasing demand for internet access, especially in underserved regions. 2. Technological innovation and applications. Starlink's deployment of over 7,000 satellites operating in LEO utilizes advanced technologies such as phased array antennas and laser communication links, enabling high-speed internet with low latency. The introduction of the V2 mini satellites in 2023 further enhances capacity and efficiency. Starlink's capabilities extend beyond civilian applications. It has been critical in military operations, notably in Ukraine, where it provided essential communication during the ongoing conflict. This illustrates the dual-use potential of satellite technologies in both commercial and defense sectors. 3. Market impact and financial projections. Starlink has rapidly gained a substantial user base, reaching over 4.6 million subscribers by the end of 2024. The financial trajectory indicates significant growth, with anticipated revenues of approximately $11.8 billion by 2025. This growth trajectory positions Starlink as a key player in the satellite internet market, competing with entities like OneWeb and Amazon's Project Kuiper. The financial implications highlight the potential for satellite-based internet services to disrupt traditional telecommunication markets. 4. Challenges and environmental considerations. Despite its successes, Starlink faces significant challenges, particularly concerning environmental impact and space debris. The increasing number of satellites raises concerns about orbital congestion and potential collisions, as exemplified by the Kessler syndrome. Additionally, the brightness of Starlink satellites has drawn criticism from the astronomical community, affecting observations and research. SpaceX's efforts to mitigate these concerns, such as implementing sunshades to reduce brightness, demonstrate the ongoing tension between innovation and environmental stewardship in the aerospace sector. 1. Iridium Satellite Constellation 1997–2002. The Iridium project aimed to create a satellite phone network with a constellation of 66 satellites in low Earth orbit LEO. The original vision was to provide global communication coverage, particularly in remote areas. Launched in the late 1990s, the project faced significant challenges, including high costs and technical difficulties, leading to its bankruptcy in 1999. However, it was later revived and restructured, continuing to operate as a satellite communications service provider. 2. Teledesic 1994–2002. founded by Bill Gates and Craig McCaw. Teledesic aimed to establish a broadband satellite network with a constellation of 288 satellites to provide high-speed internet globally. Despite raising substantial investment, the project was plagued by delays, changes in market conditions, and the dot-com bubble burst. Ultimately, Teledesic was unable to launch its satellites and was effectively dissolved in the early 2000s, highlighting the challenges of implementing ambitious satellite internet projects. 3. Globalstar 1998-present. Globalstar was launched to provide satellite phone and data services utilizing a constellation of low Earth orbit satellites. Initially successful, it faced financial difficulties in the early 2000s due to competition and technological issues. After restructuring, Globalstar has continued to operate and has expanded its services, including the launch of new satellites in recent years to enhance coverage and capabilities, illustrating a more resilient approach in the satellite communications market. Future outlook for Starlink, predictions for 2025 and beyond. Starlink, operated by SpaceX, has revolutionized satellite internet access since its inception. As we look toward 2025 and beyond, several key trends and predictions emerge regarding its future. 1. Expansion of services. By 2025, Starlink is expected to significantly expand its service offerings. The partnership with T-Mobile for direct satellite-to-mobile service is anticipated to roll out fully, allowing users to send texts and eventually make calls directly through Starlink satellites. This could mark a significant shift in how mobile connectivity is perceived, especially in remote areas where traditional cell service is lacking. 2. Increased user base. Starlink's user base is projected to grow rapidly, potentially exceeding 20 million subscribers by 2025. This growth will be driven by the need for internet access in underserved regions, particularly in developing countries where infrastructure is lacking. As the service becomes more affordable and accessible, more users will likely adopt Starlink, especially in rural areas with limited options. 3. Technological advancements. The ongoing development of next-generation satellites, particularly the V2 Mini, is expected to improve bandwidth and reduce latency. Starlink's capabilities will likely become more competitive with traditional broadband services, making it a preferred choice for users in both urban and rural settings. 4. Military applications. Starlink's military variant Starshield is anticipated to gain traction with various government contracts. The U.S. Department of Defense and allied nations are likely to utilize Starlink for secure communications and operational support, particularly in conflict zones. This military application will solidify Starlink's position as a critical asset in modern warfare. 5. International regulatory landscape. As Starlink continues to expand globally, navigating the regulatory landscape will be crucial. By 2025, Starlink will likely be operational in many more countries pending regulatory approvals. SpaceX's ability to address local regulations and establish partnerships with governments will be key to its international growth strategy. 6. Environmental concerns and mitigation efforts. The increase in satellite launches has raised concerns about space debris and light pollution. Starlink will need to invest in technologies to minimize its environmental impact, including better tracking of satellites and efforts to deorbit defunct satellites efficiently. As awareness of these issues grows, public pressure may compel SpaceX to adopt more sustainable practices. 7. Competition landscape. Starlink will face increased competition from other satellite internet providers like Amazon's Project Kuiper and OneWeb. By 2025, the competitive landscape will be more pronounced, leading to potential price wars and service improvements across providers. Starlink's first-mover advantage will be challenged, but its established infrastructure may help maintain its market share. 8. Marslink and further space exploration. Looking further into the future, SpaceX's plans for a satellite constellation around Mars, Marslink, are set to support future manned missions to the Red Planet. While this project is still in its infancy, by 2025 preliminary steps toward this ambitious goal may begin positioning SpaceX at the forefront of interplanetary internet services. 9. Enhanced customer support and service quality. As the user base grows, enhancing customer support will be vital. Starlink may implement more robust technical support systems, user-friendly interfaces, and educational resources to assist customers in maximizing their service experience. Improving service quality, particularly in high-demand areas, will be critical to retaining subscribers. 10. Impact on global internet access. Starlink's expansion could drastically change the global internet landscape, bringing high-speed internet to millions who are currently underserved. This increased connectivity will likely have profound effects on education, healthcare, and economic opportunities in developing regions, potentially narrowing the digital divide. Conclusion. The future of Starlink appears robust and promising as it continues to adapt and innovate in response to technological advancements, regulatory challenges, and competitive pressures. By 2025, it is poised to become a dominant player in the global internet market, with far-reaching implications for connectivity, military operations, and even space exploration. The ongoing developments will be closely watched as they unfold in the coming years.